Hi students. Well, today we will be learning a very interesting topic on grammar. In our last class, in the previous class, I have explained you a little bit about what is parts of speech, or what are the parts of speech and what is speech. Now, if we concentrate on all the words that we use in writing or speaking, those words which we use in writing and speaking, they are all the necessary ingredients of a language. Whatever I'm speaking is called speech. So the talk that I'm giving, the talk that I'm making right now in front of you, sigi talk mayam se mistake sizinariba wahi mayam se aina talk tawriba siwa speech to bagawi. I'm giving a speech. So aikogi speech se masigi speech sida aikoina different kinds of words in adaba yade. For example, yum sare. Aikoina yum ma structure ma erect tawna bahona matamda we use different things. Sinadro. Aikoina nung sinani, lengoi sinani, u sinani, glass sinani, pen sinani, tin sinani. So many things are used to construct a house, a building. Likewise, when we construct a complete language, we use different kinds of words, and all these words, they are there to perform their respective roles, respective jobs, respective functions. May mathau leiba word khuding maki mathau lei aduna word mayam sina pulaga khoi speech system aduna di the words masi kai tare words are the building blocks of a speech. Ngang liba lona sigi ngang liba wahai mayam sigi semgat sagat ada bachangi ba unit sing building blocks sing dubu aikoina kari karani words karani. Hairiba words mayam sigi mathau tongale kanagumba word amana magi tongan ba mathau ama karigumba word amana mathau ama tawi tongan ba mathau si pangthokpani na hairiba mathau mayam pangthokpa word mayam si punsala kan the language side speech side aduna sigumba words sing jai kona classify tawi. We classify the words into different categories depending on their functions and jobs. Say for example pot amagi maming tholage haragana naming word in a noun han adagi karigumba pot amagi quality matik magunta age haragana aikona adjective haina. Say for example this is a marker, right? Marker is a thing, and this thing has been named as marker. Sige marker hariba wahi sine ba noun hais. Yango noun hai nose, lips, chin, jaw, hair, forehead, ear, finger, thumb finger, elbow, ankle. All are nouns. Anything that is the name of a person, place, animal, and then feelings, accents, quality, anything, any name is a noun. Adugi noun, adubu qualified tawriba, adugi noun, adubu saktak liba, posak aduna adjective. Say marker, karamba marker, white marker. Natro? Adumain tawduna, let's say, ayne pai siyango, this is a ruler or scale, karamba yellow or natraga long. Sumaina, pot khuding magsigi, describe tawo matamda different things sang. Yung ayna ngang is speak, ngang ba, talk, ngang ba. Natro, adigi blink, I blink tawba. Sumaina ngang ba, midkup pa, adigi chatpa, chaba, thakpa, hasina magi mathawa ma. It denotes action words. Aduna verbs and kwana kang na. Adumain tawduna chaba, thakpa, tumba habito kumaina, wa ngang ba, tap na ngang ba. Ko ngang ba, kamaina ngang ba, tap na ngang ba. Chatpa, kamaina thu na chatpa. Adugumba thuba, tappa, hariba, karigumba action na magi moong mo tawdu phongdok libduna adverb. So we recognize at least 8 kinds of parts of speech. Speech mayam se magi part khaidorak pada classify tro pada class nipan gumba madu khoina adum toine thengna lerabani noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, conjunction, interjection, and a new one, determiners haina maga thengna kani. Sugumba mayam sigi matang da naina bada aina haningi se kaino our speech khoina ngangi ba se mase different kinds of words na sai. Words sing se masa gi tungan ba mathau pangthoi haidana we have 8 numbers of parts of speech. So today we'll deal with the nouns, the most important of the parts of speech. Remember, every sentence, anywhere the nouns as a subject or an object or a complement of a subject. So whenever we say something, we tend to use noun. Nouns are very important. Aduna noun have a check and topic say noun have a wise name. Aduna, matang nanak pada kone nendo se noun se karino haibama. Noun se karino. Then matag da kone nendo se kinds of nouns. Kinds of noun. noun gi makhal nei nagani adigi mu mathang da khoi nei nagani sub kinds of nouns noun gi sub kinds ko sumaina mathang nei na rakaduni aduna today we will be dealing about noun. We will be concentrating ourselves in this particular parts of speech now. Then we will classify the nouns depending on certain factors ko karam kan dai koina noun se masigi makal sina this is a kind of noun common noun, this is a kind of proper noun, this is a concrete noun, this is abstract noun, makal ki material noun adu ada, and then collective nouns kan nenar kani adu itaragadi hojik akhoi nouns habase ihan hambada karino aina khangsi kinds of noun khangsi sub kinds of nouns khangsi noun gi mathau su khangsi ko dun ihan hambada let's see aina haining is yam kanna magi definition natraga masi kramain tawdana aikoina mina hanga kan da haga dabno khokatum natti. We are here to learn the concept. If you are clear with the concept of grammar, you will always be able to write correct English, and you can also speak correct English. Asum English nganga drane phajaba English ngangning drane English se pangang ngange akoi su ngangi singai, and many people ko here in India, here in Manipur, China, Japan, everywhere English is used, and people think that whatever they are speaking is correct. Akoi su kale koi ngangi chumena, but there is one thing madubu akona measure tawna ba whether it is correct or incorrect or wrong habase masi measure tawna nam gidam lerambiba chana pathap se karino harakanda rules and regulations and practices se kaino harakanda. It is called the grammar of the English grammar. Adu English grammar ki parts of speech ki yamna important oba local level topic se noun habse kaino eng se du magi icham chambada aina haining se noun se kasu natte names ne ko names of maming sing to ne kari ki pot chai aina pai singai ko pot any pot things persons ki mi gi animals ki maming sing ko munata si ko feelings mi obi thamoi da for feelings ko agi makhan maming sing, and then actions ki maming sing action ki su maming laigani ko adwai ta things ki persons ki animals ki feelings ki qualities ki maming laigani, and then hen hapchalabada ideas hapchalabada concepts makal laigre many things or many different kinds of feelings, actions, ideas, concepts, they all have name. Now in ideas, concepts ka name lai kanda sa sing na kitang kaino ne sa na hai suwai na kan gani. You don't need to worry about that. When we now continue with this subject, with this particular topic, we will deal with that also. We will come across those kind of things which I am speaking. For the time being now, when I say things, let us take up some things. Name of things. You name me. Give a name of a thing. Okay, marker. Marker have a noun na mani. Pora bagi baming nina. Book, table, and then let's say board, wall, roof. So many things are there. All these are nouns. Marker harakanda kai khange si khange. Book harakanda larik ama khange hona pari ba larik to pot to gi maming do book na table larik lai ba table do book khange amai to na board lai say wall lai ni then roof lai ni all are things, and these words indicate the name of the things. So all these words are nouns yare ko. Then persons mioi sing ngo mi gi maming sa feet ma su mi na tro dagi person have ni na man have ai, and then father have ai masumi yamani, the teacher have ai mini, and doctor have ai mini. Moi loina maximi or to traba mino gadamani. So these are all nouns. Then akoina khara karto bada haragana say children mini. Natro adumai tawdana so many laigre. Animals to dog and dog na akoina dum khangdana lebni. There are hundreds and thousands of animals, even insects also. Starting with insect, let us write earthworm. Earthworm is a worm, and then let's say grasshopper. Moi loina magsi noun. Then you have dog, cat, horse. These are nouns. Then feelings. Things, persons, animals, nothing. You can say hundreds and thousands of things. You can name them. You can name different kinds of persons also. Then you can name all the animals, not all the animals, at least 50-60 animals you can name them, but you know that there exists a lot many animals in this world. Natra aduma mayam ama leire. Adu dingang sa yango. Akhoi hauzik tambasida aina seisa feelings kaina ma hapsalami. Swai da khan naines. Feelings koi thamoi da phawasi. Adu di let us say sorrow. Kaina sorrow ai di. Nungaitaba, wakhal nungaitaba, awab. Ado posak ko na noina urabra ne awab habdo. Awab si ubu yaban de feel the with the ko. And then sympathy minungsi. Natro and then anger. Asaw ba kay feel the ko tamne anxiety. Wakhan je laita da ba. Mo so now ne. Masay na tonga na class ma tabira kani ko. So you don't need to worry. We will be discussing these kinds of nouns in one of the main groups of nouns, and we will discuss these things in a very, very extensive way, in a very deep way, so that we can learn them. Wakan wagano ko ay haning is a feeling ni mi feeling nungai taba minungsi phau ba songning ba ngai ngam da ba langtak na ba mayam sisu ni ko adumai taw na actions guys chen ba habiduna run high sigi position rest lamjin habani ko ma su noun ne ko na sumai taw na action jing sida ko isai sak pa se singing habani do isai do ko na kari gore song gore song si le na pakala ujabro no, it is not possible. Ko we can feel it man sai je isai ne na ko man sai be isai je phaja be isai ni beautiful song ne na ko adumai taw na there are many. Now comes to qualities, mioi be qualities. Mi amagi quality kai kai lege kindness gumba pukchel chaw gumba leitre ne kindness mi obigi quality magun nama lebenatro adumai tawdana there are ideas and concepts mayam leigre se science isu akoi gi kaino mani noun amani science ka harise science haibase akoi khange science haibase it deals with knowledge application and conclusion kaina mayam ama. But adubu hariba science have a possession in the people but it is the name of those rules and regulations on which certain deductions are done. Newton gi law ga leiriba nadrone koina concept mam leidana du mayam ideas ka selese aduna sigi area se actions qualities ideas concepts feelings we will learn it differently under a main subclass of noun. So to summarize, what is a noun? Nouns are words. Words given to name the things. Or in short, names of things, persons, animals, places, feelings, actions, etc. etc. Now, places have a names of places. Adu so noun have. Things a place. Room, mapam mama natro, room. Village, jaga amagi maming natro. City, jaga amagi maming natro. Imphal, jaga amagi maming natro. China, jaga amagi maming natro. These are all places. So all the places, they also come under this parts of speech noun. Adu di noun har di gyan tarap natro. Noun any say have duni. Noun nauta. Ko ay nga sa egi isa sa urkido ni ngag su noun ni se tai su noun ni watch su noun ni se hand su noun ni elbow su noun ni natro ne se knuckles noun ni ring noun ni noun nakta ne have aduna noun se maming du bun have the name of anything is considered a noun in our language English kanga gani ko okay fine adu itadi noun si da sar nga sai ama hai ki ba ma leikhre noida ko magi kain sai hojing noun je khone tamba matamda makhalani thong tamba tai ko amana concrete nouns and ko concrete nouns amana abstract habda dum gyan taramani ko my words in amara moraga ko smana nouns are of two main kinds but says ko na hining is noun gi kind se maru oi bese anile ko nouns are of two main kinds the concrete nouns and abstract nouns. Now, the concrete nouns have those nouns. Nouns sing adubuni, which we can touch. Even smell, see, touch the way, see the way, even taste the way. All the sense organs are involved. Hear the way. Those nouns which we can touch, smell, see, taste, hear. These are the concrete nouns. Now, concrete noun da kudamoina harabada pai ba yaba saranga sa tin pai se ti ko example oina ina pai disi. This is something which I'm holding right now in front of you. So I can touch it, I can feel it, I can see it, I can smell it. So this is a marker. Yare ko admai tok dana soi dagi heta lower sine ko double lower si ko yare bo. Okay, nang hide to irage pen irasi, pencil irasi. So many nouns, most of the nouns, let me say, most of the nouns that we use in our language are all concrete nouns. Adodi kitang thaidara kadori ba pora ko de kitang confusion la kadoi portion is about abstract. An abstract thing, ko abstract oiba pora habisi kai no kada. An abstract thing is something which you can feel, touch the with the other, but not touch, not taste. Not see, ubiyadaba, touch the uyadaba, test. Okay, lot many sense organs. Ko the sense organ mangali riba se masi sinane masibo ko the perceive the uyadaba, kang uyadaba. But deep inside, ko gi manung digi ko gi brain, amade ko gi heart ki mateng na brain cells ki matong ina feel the uyaba makangi maming singado. Ko adu boy ko na abstract noun ka. Don't think I tare. Say yang say those nouns which we can feel like that, feel, but not touch or see. That's the rule, right? What must I do? Makalgi noun, do Bakona abstract noun. Abstract, I beg why is Adone. Abstract, I was the English word chida. I coin as exist the way have a cookie brain that the kamba. I do a higher possessive magni hadna. I couldn't display the way adaba, put toga utpayadaba, being on the touch the honbeadaba, being on the smell the honbeadaba, midden ubungam the badu. Makalgi nouns are called abstract nouns. So, for example, love guys, nungshiba guys, mama mapana, massage nungshiba gaina. My love for my son is inexpressible, inexplicable. And isa nungsiri say, explain the way of a point that isa nungsiri guy. That love. Madugi love to noun. The achumba kind of truth. Achumba is a book of my toge, sangrungang, move, sangrung. So we don't know. Truth is something which we can feel, but we can't show. We don't know the color of truth. We don't know the color of love. Can somebody say that the color of love is white or black or green or blue? No. No one could do that. But we know that there exists something called love, which we always, cherish in our lives. The love of our parents, our siblings, our friends, and all. So, the mind of the Maya Mama said, sorrow. Me get hamoy the nungaitaba, labor poto, I couldn't uber pangbrane. I can feel, sorrow. I feel pain, and on the China of how I understand anxiety. I'm going to follow. I can feel anxiety. Sige mayam say anxiety is in the scene. This is pain. This is anxiety. This is love. This is sorrow. This is childhood. You can show. You can display. Nobody can touch and feel it. So those kind of names, those kind of words which I have written here, down here, love, truth, sorrow, pain, anxiety. These are called the abstract nouns. So in short, what are abstract nouns? Those nouns which we can feel but not touch or see are called abstract nouns. So, in short, we have come across two different kinds of nouns. One is called concrete nouns, and the other one is called abstract nouns. Concrete nouns are very, common. We can understand it very easily because our sense organs can feel them, perceive them. So those things which we see, which we can touch, which we can feel, are easy to understand. But those things which are beyond the sense organs are a little difficult. That's why children find abstract nouns to be a little difficult. But when we continue our lesson and we learn how to form abstract nouns from different kinds of words, it is going to be quite interesting and quite easy. And it will be, you will feel like, oh, this is very usual. We have been coming across all these kinds of words in our lives. Adudi adum thengnadana leiponde kaisu leipon nate dai khangkani ba yare ko. So these are the two main kinds of nouns. Adudi now hojik aina sub kinds hai noun gi ko. Sa sa noi da aina sub kinds of noun hai. Adudi amu yeng se. Concrete nouns. Hojik ta aina isa sa nakoi gi mamang da aina haigre concrete nouns. Now concrete nouns are again subdivided into 4 kinds. This is very important. The concrete nouns are further classified into 4 sub kinds of nouns. The number 1 da number 1 da okay. Let's start with proper nouns. Proper noun. Then you have common noun. Okay, nouns. And then you have, let's say, material noun. And finally, we have collective noun. What's a nouns? Same thing. Proper noun. Proper noun si kaino arkada karigumba akak na ba misak ama, akak na ba posak ama, ko akak na ba place ama. Yengo name of a person, name of a place, and name of a thing, name of an animal. Akak na ba particular, which can be singled out from the crowd. So let's assume that our class right now, we can say that we have about 45 students in this class. Now, masigi 45 students lay bistigi aina particular oiba akak na ba makak wan amakak sat kay taragadi Mr. John natraga Thoibo natraga Tombo haina class aina announce tore. Thoiba please stand up. Haiba matamda Thoiba na travel kat toris. Adudi Thoiba hai ma khak na travel akak na ba. That particular noun ko a particular person, let's say Thoiba, Chauba, Mani, John, Linda, Bokoshi in proper noun. Proper oil. High Matamda, Adumani and Kangadava. Say, for example, let's say place. Akagnaba Mapamama, Imphal. I'm going to Imphal, Hardi. You will understand that I'm going to Imphal. If I say my father is going to Kolkata, then you will understand that my father is going to Kolkata, not in Delhi, or not in Mumbai, or not in Honolulu. Natrane, ma Kolkata saledum kang doine. Akakno. Something specific webo. At the mind of the na, okay, I will erase this portion. Let us consider. Then let's say thing. Nile River, Turin. Karamba Turin, Nile. I'm not talking about Brahmaputra, I'm not talking about Ganges, not talking about Imphal River or the Aral River. I'm talking about Nile River. So, the mind of the Namu, let's say, building Gumbuso Muyangse, the Taj Mahal, Akaknava. Particular thing, Haitare. When I am talking about Taj Mahal, I'm not talking about the Qutub Minar, or let's say the Red Fort, or the Washington DC. Aduna, something which you can single out from a group by giving a name, particular name. That particular name is a proper noun. So proper nouns are those nouns which indicates a particular thing, person or place. Adumay tawduna proper noun na gi masak se koina khangbang ami hariba pora se aikoina maga manaba magi class udagi single out to biagani. So a proper noun is the name of a person, place or thing in order to single out that person, that thing or that place from its class. Hai tare boy group atudagi yare ko proper noun is akak na ba se koin khang do se. This is the word particular that can be person, place, thing, building and other things. Ko particular oigadaba. Let's come to common nouns. Common noun habdi ama hairaga pulap pulap khangna kadaba. Pot ama hairaga pulap pulap khangna kadaba. Book hairasine. Book hairadi like me am khangna bratro. Book means book. Science book, mathematics ki book, literature ki book. Let's say any other book. Novel or thriller or ama book means book. Okay. Let's say dog. Dog means the species dog. All the dogs are called dog. The dog to maming le magadi. Tommy and a karum taragadi. That word Tommy is a proper noun. But dog as such is a common noun. Maptani ko in haise. Aduna common noun si kaino kanda person ki, place ki, thing gini, whose kind, of whose kind there are many. Magi dog harga mam litro, book harga mam litro. Aduna sayista mana sayida kamay harani name of persons, place or thing lere. Of whose kind says that of whose kind madugi mawongi maduga manaba of whose kind there are many madugumba yam leiba adu ama hairaga mayam dubulo in understand dominaba. When I say dog, we understand that dog is an animal which is a quadruped animal and which we keep in our houses as our pets. Ko aduna dog haiba matamda we can understand that there are lot many dogs. Ko aduna ama hairaga when you utter the word dog, we understand that there are many more of its kind, many more dogs. Many more book, and then many more road, many more boys, many more girls. Mayam labor. Girls had the nupi mayam, boy had the nupamza mayam. Amay tawag na road, dog, book, mayam, pulap-pulap khang na ba? Ama kaktang harakanda, pulap-pulap khang na kiba mayam, dubo kayo na kari karne, madubo na common noun karne. Then, ahum subada, sa na hay se material noun. Material hay ba khang gani ko? Pochak ni, material hay se. Material noun. Material noun hay ba di kayo no? Kari gumba pot ama busa ba da chang ba posak sing. Material nouns are the nouns of which things are made. Posay siya ba da? Si kayo nasaray no? Yes, plastic nasaray ni. Si di kayo nasage, cloth ni natra. Si di kayo nasage, metal ni. Sumayin daw na pot ang masaba at sang iba, masaksing na dubo ko na material nouns kaway ko. Material nouns are the things of which things are made. Yung nouns ni, of which hariba aduna, things are made. Posay siya magpo. Pot sana na ba? Laiba pochaksing do material noun ko. Let us write some here ko. Ako na hujik ta hai giba duni plastic. Very common nowadays. Ko most of the things that we use in our day-to-day life are made of plastic. And this plastic is creating a chaos and havoc in our world. So while teaching nouns here, angang sa ino dahaning say, please avoid using plastic as far as possible. You need to save your environment, or say our environment, for our future generation. If we continue the trend of using plastic in such a frenzy, without any care of the environment, mindlessly, then a time will come when the earth will become very difficult to exist, in fact, because of climate change and global warming and all the factors. Plastics are very, very dangerous for the earth, for the living beings on this earth. Plastics avoid as far as possible. You can take off certain measures to avoid plastic. Okay? Now plastic. Let's say iron, gold, any metal, cloth. These are the nouns which we call material noun. Material noun. Karigumba pot amabu, shembada, sabada, seasonable pot. You can write wood and paper also. Adusu material noun ni. Kangani ko ang sa. I don't think we are dealing with any, difficult topic here. These are very simple things. We are talking about proper noun. Proper nouns are the names of the particular person, place, or thing. Haira ina noida ko chauba, adagi Taj Mahal, adagi Nile River ka kain haise. Adugumba pot karagi akak na mamingi wani. Common nouns have sine kaino harakanda. These are the words which name the class of a particular group of things haitare pen harga pen ki pen ngakta pencil harga pencil ki pencil ngakta natrane table harga table ki table ngakta. So they are the things which when we utter the name of that thing we mean all the remaining constituent remaining the type of the things same type of the thing haitare ko adunga sai sar na hining is a person or place of whose kind there are many maguma mayam am lei haitare pen ha mayam lei marker ha mayam lei dman. And then we come to material nouns are the nouns of which things are made ko koina substance ing dubni ko material natraga substance duni of which things are made aduna material nouns are the substance or the things of which material of which things are made, substance or material by which we can make things haitare aduguma mayam dubna ko material noun ko aduna concrete noun asigi sub kind mari da proper noun haba ma leire common noun haba ma leire material noun haba ma leire hojik ama khaktang ga leiri yam nungai ge da ama group ama ko machi chu akoina yamna sandokna tamba ma dakar lei ko du matang chana dum tam si hojik tamingai da mix up tawduna ba sana hana fourth kind something igige ma se ina kari haire collective nouns. Collective haibagi ming astagi gyan taramgani ko collection of things or ne ase collective nouns haibasi kain harkanda ma se koina collection of things ne ko so sigi a collective nouns ne kadore harakanda a group or collection of haiba a group or collection of things hoigani animals hoigani persons hoigani collection of aduna di saista collective noun se kana oire moise group or collection of things leire persons leire ko and others collection animals kasu collection group like ni ko khona adudi collection amagi maming haiba group amagi maming haiba chabun amagi maming haiba adudi isam samna khanarsi ko collection si kamai to bono khanarsi sa mayam gi sangu a group of domestic animals harsin madu akhoi na kari haina hai yengo say the example the herd of cattle sigi herd se this is a collective noun are ko say swarm of bees this is a collective noun aduna di when a large number of bees build a beehive we can say that it is a swarm of bees. And if you go around in the villages, if you go to the fields, rice fields nowadays, you will see lot many cattle out there. You can see the cows and bulls and the buffaloes, even horses. When they are addressed in a group, then you can say a herd of cattle. Gantani ko hining isa. Adamain tawag na, okay, let us come to our class. We have so many students here. A group of students, kaya na kangrane ko na class of students. Hydro, class of students. That means a group of 40-50 students. That will be a class of students. Students sing siya ko ni sabun punsa lakanda when they are put together in a collection or in a group, we call it a class. Kau na tro? Okay. Adamain tawag na, you know, army. Army. Kanana semi of soldiers. Lanmi mayam na punsa lakanda na mado army ko ni. The Indian Army kahini siya. Bharat ki iba army do. Ado Bharat ki army do kanana same ge. Lot many soldiers. Different platoons na, different regiments na. Mayam na pula kanda army siya may ko. Siyempre na tro. Adamain tawag na Indian Army ki soldiers sing. Ado di sige army hay wise si collection of soldiers na. Adamain tawag na collection, band of musicians. Concert kung bato gumatamda, musicians mayamam sangani, there will be guitarist ko. Lero idro, violinist like any, lero idro, drummers, lero idro, flute, son of a flutist, lero idro. There will be lot many musicians. But when they are all together taken into a collection, into a group, and we name them, then we can say a band of musicians. A band of musicians is performing today at the Bhagachandra Open Air Theatre. my haigani band of musicians haigani aduna sigumba herd army adigi band shwam toriba mayam se let's say bunch kanaga chanra kadong mali chabunnama bunch of fruits of yai flowers of yai chabunnama hai me aduna pulap punjanba collection tauba group ta sagat padubu akoina collective nouns kai there are lot many collective nouns ko se exam jamna akoina mob of people hai badu mob of people mob sagat pa kaina badu mob justice kaina badu mi mayam na punjalaga chumi lali khangda bida mi mai ta dandi phi badu ani crowd hai nei ko sumaina crowd of people ne du su sugum jisu akoina kari tare collective nouns so my dear students ko yang seva if I try to sum up the whole lesson which I have been teaching you since almost 40 minutes we can say that nouns are the words which name things and we have two chief kinds of nouns amana kari kaure concrete noun amana kari kaure abstract noun and a concrete noun have the kind of which we can feel touch or see abstract noun have the kind of which we cannot touch or see but which we can feel adugi manung du da amu concrete nouns is that we have subdivided concrete nouns into 4 different classes that is subclasses adu manung da koina kari kare hare proper noun akak na ba maming yes Sir Ranjit yes Mr Tomba yes Mr Tombi the pada sule dai Tombi na laikum taw ni adu ni sar na hai se ko adu itara gadi proper nouns di adu ke matik yaam khre koina khangbada turen gi maming de sule bi ai the Himalayas the Everest proper noun aduna aina sumai hairen khalo for example Tenzing Norgay and Sir Edmund Hillary climbed Mount Everest in the 1950s hadi karam baching no ba nei se numai jing siraba no I am particularly pointing to Mount Everest adugi Mount Everest haibado maming ma pi ribodo akak na ba amakatang leibado maming amakatang leibado madubu ne proper noun then common noun haraga mountain hara mountain ji am litro Amli Himalaya mountain ni Arabali rom desu lay adigi ma asumna kanda Japan rom desu lay ranges mayam ama asumna kanda Alps ki ranges lay later ne akoi desu lay ri akoi gi Nomajing hill gi range lay ri asumna kanda Kaubro gi lay mountain mean mountain ocean mean ocean ado ocean mayam lay bis akak na ba maming ama the Pacific Ocean hai taragadi madu proper ocean haragadi common boys no mayam boys mayam lay so many boys and so many girls in the class that is common high riba boys mayam to the akak na ba particular ba nupim sa sing to the akak na ba morga susila means susila only susila so that particular one is the proper noun and girl means the common noun and mind na we have material nouns and ngasai high grade material nouns are the substances or material of which we make things according to poche mayam sagat lisi singo I have a spectacle here. While making this spectacle, we have used a little bit of metal, little bit of plastic, and little bit of glass. So these metal, plastic, and glass all are material nouns. And then collective noun is the class of students. Sanaro mayamgi collection di kai kawe. The collection of players, football players, cricket players, collection to the team go through, a team of players. At the mind of the soldiers, my army high sana, the king Saigi, Kanogi, bees, Kimatang, then a swarm high grade, the fruits can they, the flowers can they, bunches of flowers, a bunch of flowers, and a high rabanatran. At the mind of the Larik Mayamatang Matang Pailagadi, pile of books, Kairodro. Higaniko, at the mind of the Nakogi, fish, Mayam, Fiski Chakundamler, the shoal of fish Kahagani. Adagi nupi matsagi kanglo man nupi angam chang ta girls ki group argati bevy of girls haigani harodro adagi mu samudra da chaliba so ship mayam da ship to bu manage toriba ship to bu thoriba section da 6 to bu achaw ship mu let's say Titanic go adagi Titanic to bu chalai riba madu da yauriba ship to bu manage toriba mo mayam do crew of sailors ka haidro so those are collective nouns adu nangang sa yengo nakoi ngaktan khangbreng ai nang sai dagi haining ise ko adu ngaktan khangbreng aduga amuk nainamina siko nang hana sigi hojiki sarna hai greba concrete noun adugi makhal mari leiba ko adu gyan tabreng ko that will continue okay gyan tare ko hojiki do fine adu itaragati let us see how do we form abstract nouns from different words abstract nouns can be formed from different kinds of words we can form them from adjectives from verbs, from common nouns and others. Lady abstract nouns sing say I koina toina like say ꯏꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯄꯥꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯑꯣꯖꯥꯅ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯇꯥꯛꯄ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯊꯦꯡꯅꯔꯛꯀꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ ꯀꯔꯝꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯦꯕꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯛ ꯅꯥꯎꯟꯁꯦ ꯁꯦꯝꯃꯛꯄꯒꯦ ꯀꯔꯝꯕ ꯃꯈꯜꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯕꯒꯦ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯗꯦꯐꯤꯅꯤꯠ ꯔꯨꯜꯗꯤ ꯂꯩꯇꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯈꯔ ꯃꯈꯩ ꯈꯪꯕ ꯌꯥꯕꯗ ꯌꯦꯡꯁꯤꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ let me erase this one first ꯀꯣ clear the board and then I'll give you some abstract nouns day to day life ꯗ ꯁꯤꯖꯤꯟꯅꯕ ꯌꯥꯕ ꯊꯦꯡꯅꯕꯀꯣ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯣ ꯉꯁꯥꯏ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯥꯔꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗ wordsꯗꯒꯤ ꯀꯣ we can make abstract nouns from verbs ꯀꯣ verbsꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯁꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ run ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯦ runꯁꯦ abstract nounꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ rest ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯐꯣꯔꯝ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯏ running ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯐꯣꯔꯝ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯁꯤ abstract noun rest ꯀꯣ run ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤ ꯆꯦꯟꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯄꯣꯠꯁꯛ ꯑꯃꯅꯤ ꯃꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯆꯦꯟꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯦ ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯟ ꯑꯁꯦ ꯃꯁꯤꯕꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ abstract noun ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯣꯈꯠꯂꯛꯀꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ rest I am going to participate in a race tomorrow in my school ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ race ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤba lamjel hariba adugumba activity adugi maming adugumba action adugi maming du koina race kawe adage mu yango thungba arrive mase koina arrival and on gani my father has arrived from Delhi ai baba se Delhi gi thungare his arrival make me very happy mana thungaba aduna thungba hariba mana toriba action dugi maming du thungaba abadu di arrive he has arrived ma thunglare haiba adu magi thungaba duna ngonda nungaiba phawal hai taradi he is arrival lengo port amada aikona mamang de he is an ownership hapsan daragadi maduda leriba pot to he is the magi have to magi port am oidong natro his pen his shirt his legs natrane adu mai tawdana arrival haiba sai koina kari darage harakanda it is an abstract noun pap tarani ko act reguma ma act tawba madu akoina action he acted in a very smart way harsi mana yam ningthiba mawong amada ma action do tawen he acted in a very smart way ya mana yam phajana magi mawong ma thu tawen adu mana tawriba mawong ma taw do aduna maram oiraga we have been saved harsi his action saved us mana ngasai tawkhibaduna aikhoji kallibane adu mana kanana badi kadawi he acted very wisely mana yam haisingna action do tawkhibane act tawkhibane madugi act hariba wahai du dagi aikoina action haidana ontok yai adumaina mayam ama leigre ko khona yango khallo choose haina mado akoina amuk ontok matamda kari hai ontok ani choice let me say a sentence I chose to stay home instead of going out with my friends in this COVID pandemic harsi aina aigi marup singa mapan thopgi mahuta yumda leibudo khalle haina I chose past tense da or natraga I choose let's say I chose to stay home ko instead of going out with my friends in this COVID pandemic adu itaradi my choice is a smart choice aina khallibase khanba haiba potu maming choice my choice is a smart choice aina khallibase amna khara smart oiba haisingba choice amane adumai tawdana many actions are there many actions are there madugi action sing do akoina noun onthok ba yai kamaina onthok ba yai abstract noun do onthok ba yai sing ko the birds are singing in the wood haro usek sing do moina umang da isai sai harsi adugi usek sing du na sakli ba sai do the song of the bird is very melodious harsi uchek tu na sai be sai du ki khonjel do tuk ting nuksi khreda melodious waire da hari aduna sing have a song and on top ai hai tare aduda verbs dagi ko koina kani che verb sings dagi akoina abstract noun mayam ama on ba hai tare ko abstract noun se mayam ama verb sings dagi akoina on top ba ai habani da aduna few more yang piu har kan dadi koina yang se makal gi akoina nongmagi sum thengna bada hairsi ko engsi pai ba mado koina abstract noun the flight and on tokani kadu ba khadi chap manani cry have a cry na dum leigani ko play have a koina play hedna dum leigani hong da bida abstract noun dum sinaba yagani khudam oina fly I'm flying to Delhi with some of my friends tomorrow harsi ai hayeng Delhi de morom pang khara pair salani harmi ado hari base masigi pai base ko noun do to the flight the have se karam bapor ki mamang thamgani we always keep the in front of nouns aduna the flight hari se aduna flights and noun ne the flight will be an interesting flight kan ya nungai do flight ni cry kapalawa Adusu. Yango? Let us say the little kitten gave a cry hers. Its cry was heartbreaking hers. Magi cry to taba the magi kapala we conceal to taba to itamoja cry the kind. Its cry have the kitten do cry do. Aduna cry do kitten do gain it's an oil level natro. Do that demand to abstract noun already. And the mind of the play. I want to play football hers. I football sana pa man. Ado hari ba say atopa noun namada the play which was stays in the theater was very interesting. Ado the play happy yaris. We play games. Sana ba natro? Adugi play hari ba magtumak koina abstract noun in sinabi yaiba. The play was very interesting. Numitugi sana ba do? Adugi matik nungai kare kokre. Ado mai tawda na protect se protection. Ko action ni. Ito mo yang si advice hadramali. Masigi post se akoy na angang na yam confused tawgali ce yariba sina noun ne haba ko aduga se sina verb ne khudamana my teacher advised me to work very hard ai ozana ai je yam na kan hona wedana paktak pi haiba paktak pi ba haiba ba ta ba advice sina verb ne aduga his advice mana piraiba angonde piraiba paktak to paktak haido Pautak piba habisina advice haba s oiba advice habisina piriba pautak to aduna his advice magi advice to na haraga nangon to on poto his advice made me succeed in my last exam hokiba makamgi exam adu da ina mai pa auri se agi ozagi advice to the ni gaidana khangani ko ina hining se adumai tawdana we can make abstract nouns from verbs. Aduna ina khudam pirse run gi rest, arrive, arrival, act, action, choose gi choice, sing gi song, fly, flight, cry, cry, play, play, protect, protection. Ko admai tawdana advice haraga advice kaidana. Aduna mayamam leikre. Ko leidiba mayam se when you start learning English, ko seriously with an intention to learn the language in its proper way so that you can use them in your later life when you become learned persons working in offices, earning your living from your profession, you will understand how different words can be interchanged. And the maram this shigi advice have a noun say verb to change the the advice nang lag to ni. The might of the protection have a noun say verb to change the protect to ni. So day to day use the similar verbs tagi. Kangani ko verbs tagi we can make abstract nouns from verbs have ni. Dumalere. Now atopa tagi mo yang si kari tagi on gen. I try to do verb tagi on ba. Ado di adjective tagi mo on si ko. Adjective. Adjective have the noun pronoun gi magun khangan bakang buduni ko adu khudam oina icham sambe adjective ama asaba cha hot ko cha do chare na mai magun bidu masi koina kari an on bayarani hit hena kabna tro mikiti hai bado koina kigan ba hai bado coward hai base kigan ba mi adu coward this he's a coward. That little boy is a coward. That man is a coward. Madu coward to koina noun the abstract onto the his cowardice has made him lost a lot of things. Magi miki tigi hainabi aduna mangonda amanga ta ka thon gre. Coward se cowardice and all habanida. Sarna hining is. Ko admai tawdana adjective sing jagi matang on ba yai. Aduna yango akoi gi abstract noun olak pagi matang se. Ko aduna makal gi wahi mayam am lei basida akoina matang ole. Ko dark amamba simadino kangamani darkness amamba duna deep ko lubudo depth sumaina ko aduna sugumba adjective singsta gisu aikoina abstract noun se on ba yai habigi wani sana haise ko adu kana gumba wahi singse koina random da lokala kanda koina se long je kamai olani asang ba madugi asang ba do land hena wide width kaina breadth kaina olido adugumba singse on ba yai sumai tawdana koigi lai rabal itaba ko madu koina kari haina ole poverty Sohail is a poor man who has to look after his entire family. Sohail si magi mung manung buyeng sendaba yadaba poor man amani laraba no pamani man poor adjective tare. Adudi madugi adjective se noun da na poverty na onkal abstract noun da adudi he is poverty magi laraba hariba fibam saktam maduna he is poverty force him to work in a rich man's farm. Magi lejita batu na maram oraga mahakse inakara kunba miyo yung farm da tabak suha li kaina adugumba poverty ka base aikoi na matang sita kare haitare mase abstract noun iko aduna engo khoi gi yam toina thengna bada true asumba sisu akhoi lon da di asumba haidroi ne ko sigi pots truth. The answer is true hare aduma chumme hadana my adjective ne answer dugi magun ni true aduga the truth about the answer can be found out by doing the calculation. Truth hariba chumbado haiba pot maming piribudo madusu aikoi abstract noun ni adumaina you can make a lot of abstract nouns ko mayam abstract nouns semba yagani from adjectives aduga ama ani maga semje haragadi sar nauji yenge ko nangod nakoi da semba yabagi matang se akoina okay langtak na ba eagerness yare ko sumana sem gani adudi any keno mo khalone adjective ama high hairs wang bodo high building and the height of the building se sumana ko sumana sem ba yagani quality things tagi sem ba yagadoiba ko adudi quality have say adjective to bani namana adjective sidagi akona semak ba kano jing suni somna kangi sina abstract noun ni ko heat have ko feel ta bidna ko mai ta duna length have ko understand ta feel ta ka khangbai wani length have ko na pai dna adigi manam nam dna to ba pa pot nate. So while learning noun here we are learning how to make or how to form or how to change certain words into abstract nouns. So if am tanga to gisi ko common nouns tagi akhoi na abstract noun on ba adidi khudam hoina boy common noun ni adu magi matam dubuna boyhood haikadaba yare ko aduga mother haibase motherhood haikadaba yare ko main tawdana minister haragana ministry haikadaba ko king haragana kingship hagadaba main tawdana friend haragana friendship hagadaba mai common nouns sing dagi lai sing si yai ko adumai tawdana aikoi na common nouns tagi su aikoi gi kenu sing se abstract nouns se semba yai habani adumai tawdana se karigumba team mamagi captain leiro maduna akoi na muk captaincy haidana adigi these are some common nouns of which I have written the abstract nouns on your right hand side, on my right hand side, on your right hand side as well. Now, ado itaradi kitang tungan ba wahi amani da mu yengsi ko. Coward. Patang sida magundu na teko si common noun ni coward mi du ni ko kwen haise aduma di cowardice na lakani infant angang macha ko nupa nupi khaidok tringai da adudi infancy hagada boram gani ko adumai tawdana leiriba sing ase aikoina semba matamda sumain semi. So my point is there are many abstract nouns ko ngasai dagi hari truth abstract noun ni honesty abstract noun ni love abstract noun ni anger anxiety abstract noun ngakani adu moi mayam ju abstract noun ne boyhood childhood kingship captaincy infancy cowardice friendship si mayam ju abstract noun ni ngasai dagi sar nai do truth abstract noun ni natana ina piri se achum dudi olakhe do action ju abstract noun ni protection ju abstract noun ni adu mane leidiba mayam se mase aikoina english se tamba matamda when we learn english we have to be careful about the learning that we are getting from our classrooms or from our books or from any other sources. Now today, while learning noun, I have given you the definition of noun, the chief kinds of nouns, and then the subkinds, and how to form these abstract nouns. Finally, noun finally, lastly, noun yu ibada koina noun se koina kari hai na magi number gi matungina masing gi matungina we can say some nouns are countable by nature gi matungina some nouns are countable haitare, some nouns are countable, some are uncountable. Noun masing thiba yaba leini ko aduna countable noun se kari kari no har kanda se sai gi koina masing thiba yaba example oina masing thiba yaba noun du countable noun habani pen masing thiba yagani book masing thiba yagani yaroidro adigi persons me ju masing thiba yagani adigi animals masing thiba yagani. This can be counted. There are others uncountable oiba sangom harga masing thiba yararoi yagadro food harga masing thiba yararoi water harga masing thiba yararoi air harga masing thiba yararoi aduna masing thiba yadaba kanglupuna uncountable nouns kawe masing thiba yaba kanguna countable nouns kawe aduga masigi uncountable noun hariba singse makoi gi plural leite masing yamba kangna ba leite milk means milk ko aduna Masikar makanda koina countable or kadagi har kanda 2 glasses of milk. Masing thi du kaino glass tu neba. Container da habjang gar kanda di ya neba. Aduga air na sileba air sa koina masing thuru ya ponte. Sand masing thuru ya ponte. Adigi rice grain masing thuru ya ponte. Masing thiba ya do. Aduga hujiki masing thiba ya ba pen book person animal adu da mayam se. Masigi masing thiba ya ba sing sidana mu kamai to har kanda countable jing se. Countable oiba masing thiba ya ba noun sing se I coin a plural and singular in Amkaido on ever. Singular have the one kangnaba, plural have the more than one. More than one. Amadigi hand. More than one already, plural forms even matam de yango. Some something pen have a say pen sign irani. One the already pens the S yaroy. At the mind of the markers. Marker se amadagi eladi s hapsala ani adubu one kaktaba oirabadi ekoina marker ani igane ko aduna maram orega asai countable noun singsida plurality amadi singularity yengakanda magi matung the follow torakpa auxiliary verb sing natraga other verb sing se change torni a pen is on the table harni says the 2 pens are on the table haigani Mr. R changakani because it is plural Mr. E sangani maramdi singular oibagi aduna singular and plural noun singsina maram oiraga makhoi ni gi matung da lakliba aikhoi gi verb singje magi form je sense tawi khudamai nam khatang haige ngo a boy has taken your pencil angang nupa macha mana nagi pencil lawri he sangais ko adubu 2 boys have seen your pencil angang anina nagi pencil du hore do angang ani ora kandadi have sangais sumai tawdara singular ora kandana kanamba makhagi auxiliary verb sangakani adagi plural ora kandana kanamba makhangi auxiliary sangakani or natragana main verb to makko main oriba verb auxiliary nataba mateng pangba verb nataba principal verb to makamai change tawi yengsi ko Romeo wants to become a doctor ko Romeo se doctor oiningi hamsi one side ro s haptro aduga amuk Tom and Rohit want to be engineers. Adudi says that Tom ga Rohit kisa ani subanina want ta S yaraktrisi. Sige area jibudi aikoina we will learn this thing in depth when we come across or when we encounter tense hapaparaka. When we learn tense, this will be taught in detail. But for the time being, you must understand that countable nouns can be classified further into plural groups and singular groups. Some nouns can be plural and some can be singular. When you are speaking or talking about only one thing, then it is called singular, and if you're talking about more than one, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 100 and thousands, then it is called plural. Yarani ko ngang sa adu tar diengo sar na ngasi tami ba noun habase nakoi mayam na ningthina phajana nainaro aduga ngasai degi ekoi na khannariba nainaribista. I don't think there was anything which is difficult to understand. Everything that I have taught you today must have been very easy ko aduna aruba amta natabanina ekoi na nungai na ningthina wakal litana tapna ingna amamamtang matang lokhalaga tamsi aduna satrasing ko students, you please pay attention to whatever is being taught here, because these things which we teach here and which you are here to learn will be very beneficial in the long run in your life, because without knowledge of any kind, let's say knowledge of English or knowledge of science or knowledge of mathematics, you are not going to excel in your academic field. So in order to excel in your life, particularly in academic field, you must learn your subjects attentively with seriousness, and you must have the qualities of perseverance, hard work and resilience. Yaraniko, thank you very much. Have a nice day.